Hello, I'm Sarah Kate Byrne and I'm a fashion stylist specialising in occasion wear and racewear. I work with a variety of private clients as well as TV celebrities, including ITV Racing's presenter Francesca Comani. I'm in a studio in South West London of a milliner called Charlotte Roseman, with whom I've collaborated extensively. And earlier today we had a chat about millinery, what to wear, how to match it with your outfit and how to work with your milliner to make sure you end up with a beautiful look. So Charlotte, this is a good starting point, I think, sort of a crown shape, which is slightly unorthodox, probably a little bit more fashion forward.
Much less traditional.
Definitely. And I find a lot of my younger clients want this sort of thing. They don't really want the hat to wear them. They want to be comfortable, and sort of it can be made quite easily to complement an outfit, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's really easy, really wearable, because it sits on the back of your head. You don't sort of feel like it's in your way. Exactly. But you can still do really fun things with it as well. It's really popular with younger customers.
And interestingly, one that's very popular with quite a few of my clients who want to wear their hair down.
It's very easy to wear for a more formal occasion and a less formal occasion as well.
Whereas I think probably these three hats are more sort of typically millinery and race going or even wedding hats. We collaborated on this. It is a very traditional sort of round base pillbox.
But then a sort of less traditional trim on top.
Exactly, sort of geometric shapes, which I came to you with sort of an idea and this is what you came back to me with and I loved it. It just picked up the tones in a blouse she was wearing. These sorts of hats I absolutely love myself. You know, these are very much true millinery. I think you've got to be slightly more prepared and aware when you're going to wear them, because they are something like this. If you're having lunch and you're in a box, it's quite tricky. This one is certainly an easier one to wear because it's a side sort of sweep.
Exactly. But it also gives you a very different silhouette as well. I think you have to be quite tall to pull something like this off and be wearing the right shaped outfits.
Oh, absolutely. This sort of dress, I would have said, you know, needs a sort of an A-line, a nice generous hem, not necessarily a long hem, but certainly something flattering so the silhouette finishes. You know, I would certainly pair something like that with a dress like this. You know, quite a statement look, block colour with quite a dramatic hat, very Royal Ascot, black shoes, but it's got a nice A-line. But again, this ensemble on somebody shorter just wouldn't work.
Or with a short outfit as well, I think. A large hat, I think you need a longer hemline.
And that is quite a tricky one. These are very, very flattering on all height. You know, you either end up getting height with that or it's sort of just nicely finishes and rounds off an outfit upwards.
Exactly, you get a very nice silhouette from it.
Yeah. So even, I mean, something like that in terms of a style, that could work. You wouldn't put something like that with that. It would just sit on top and push the whole thing down.
And they're very, they feel like they're from a very different era as well. I think you also want to try and get the outfit to coordinate. And so you wouldn't put a very sort of modern looking hat necessarily with quite a vintage looking
This is
outfit.
a vintage look, but then again, something like your crown would be perfect because it's quite fun, it's contemporary. This is quite a sort of a fashion forward sort of choice.
But even though this is quite contemporary, it's still the same sort of size of hat that they were wearing in that sort of period.
Exactly.
And so the silhouette will all go well together.
There's a reason I don't think fashion is being reinvented. We're just sort of rehashing.
Exactly.
You know, things like this one, for example, is quite an easy dress, long sleeved, quite a nice, simple, flattering hem. You know, quite bizarrely, you know, almost an outfit right there, I would say. I would happily send a client out in that. It is, you know, tonally it works. It's not too matching sort of, I would say if these colours are not your colours, then you would focus on the darker colours, which, you know, I would certainly not be inclined to wear these colours myself. I'd be more of the stronger blues. So you could pick that out, but equally, this could be a National Hunt dress with a felt or a velvet base.
Exactly.
You know, it's something like this. Actually, that probably in a felt base would be lovely. You know, something quite sweeping and very, very elegant. So that's another option. I would say, you know, these are sort of all very easy. If I came to you with this, quite a lot of colours to work with.
But I think sometimes you can get a bit too carried away with the colours, and you don't want to look like a rainbow.
No, exactly.
So you might pick maybe the more neutral tone.
I would say that exactly.
Exactly.
These sort of, the sort of the nudie, and then maybe
even the sort of goldy straw colours.
Yeah, would be lovely.
I love pattern and print, and I think it's brilliant, but I think you need to then balance it out a bit as well.
Basically, I think that's just sort of wear what you're comfortable in. You know, think about the occasion, think who you're going to be with. The sort of, do you want your hair up? Do you want your hair down?
Yeah, and about the season as well. So the sort of more summery colours versus the more autumnal tones.
That would certainly.
Or, black and white is classic and can be used any time of year. And then the materials as well. So straw tends to be a more sort of summer-based material. And then you get the more fabric-covered hats or felts.
Which can almost be transitional.
Yes.
And then the sort of velvets and felts tend to be very much winter.
Exactly. And they tend to be plainer as well. They're not always as exciting and so much going on.
But in a way, I mean, that's where you can sort of buy a decent sort of simple felt or velvet hat that suits your face shape, and you can keep reusing it with an outfit.
Exactly.
And I think then in the summer, I think because of the nature of straw and the tendency to go for more vibrant colours, this is why people end up with quite a lot of hats. And
the events as well. I think the summer racing season calls for bigger, more exciting hats. It's more about what you're wearing and the fashion, and hopefully the weather's nice and you can show off the dress underneath the coat.
I mean, I have a hat that's sort of a quite dramatic basic black, and I wear it all of the time, and I sort of try and retrim it, which I know again is something that you do for clients. You will sort of.
Yeah, definitely, especially with younger clients who don't want to spend so much money on a hat that they're not going to get that much use out of other than weddings and racing. And also space element. We all live in flats now, and you can't store millions of hat boxes. Exactly. And so they might sort of come and get a base that they really like, that really suits them in a neutral colour. And then we can keep revisiting it with different outfits, different occasions, and trim it in different ways to make it suit outfits, and then you get a bit more wear out of it.
Exactly. I mean, I've certainly made hat errors myself, and sort of when you see it afterwards and you realise that shape doesn't suit you, so I revert to what I know. Yeah. And actually to be able to sort of mix and match and dress it up or dress it down is quite nice.
And it's important. I think the most important thing is that you feel confident and then you're going to enjoy your day, and a hat is something that everybody looks at because it's on your head. It's the focal point of your body, and so you definitely want something that enhances your features rather than takes away from it.
And so often I think that's what puts people off when they look back and they see a picture and they just think that wasn't the right choice for me. But I think that's why ask a stylist, ask a milliner, or even go into a hat shop and try loads of different styles. Exactly. And work out which suits you. Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Charlotte, for welcoming me into your studio and showing me your beautiful creations. And hopefully we'll be busy for 2019.
Exactly. Brilliant. Thank you.
Not at all.